What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Jose Show. Happy Tuesday. I hope that everyone is enjoying their lovely day. But anyways, let's get into the hot topics. Now let's talk about Sydney Sweeney. So Sydney Sweeney is fully in her post-breakup glow-up, hitting up Stagecoach and having a good old time with co-star Brandon Sklenar. So apparently, there is a fan-captured clip of the duo vibing in the Stagecoach crowd in Indio, California. Sydney looked completely lost in the moment with the ruggedly handsome actor who's known for his resemblance to her other headline-making maybe fling, Glenn Powell. So apparently, naturally fans were in full detective mode in the comments, shipping Sydney and Brandon hard, especially with how cozy they looked. That said, there was zero PDA, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. For now, it just seems like Sydney and Brandon have struck up a solid friendship while working on their upcoming flick, The Housemaid. And this is all according to TMZ, by the way. So this is really interesting that Brandon and Sydney were seen having a really good time over at Stagecoach, and that's perfectly fine because at the end of the day, they're just having fun. And if they're dating, then also that's perfectly fine because, hey, Sydney Sweeney is pretty young and also Brandon is pretty young, and they are not cheating on anybody. And let's remember that Sydney just broke up with someone not so long ago. So, yeah. And, I mean, I do understand that it's a bit too soon for Sydney Sweeney to move on with her life with somebody else since she dealt with a breakup. But at the same time, I mean, it's Sydney Sweeney at the end of the day. She might have other stuff going on in her head where she's like, okay, well, maybe I just want to be dating somebody else because I really feel like I belong more with this person than I did with the previous person at the end of the day. So, I mean, it's perfectly fine, you know? And I do personally believe that Sydney Sweeney was just like, okay, well, I believe that my ex-man doesn't really give a damn that I'm with this Brandon guy now because my ex-man, I'm pretty sure, is, you know, maybe already over what we went through. And, I mean, I also think, in my opinion, that Sydney and Brandon, I mean, they would like go off to the wedding bells if they end up continuing off with this fun done here and there, because I mean, the fun done, in my opinion, I do think that it can lead in most cases to a lot of PDA going on, to a lot of romance going on. And I'm just saying all of this if there's actually something going on in between Sydney and this Brandon dude, okay? I'm not saying that there's actually something going on in between Brandon and Sydney. Don't get me wrong here. Don't think that I'm actually confirming things here, okay? Please. But anyways, Stagecoach is definitely one of the funnest events of the year, and I think that Stagecoach was definitely something that, of course, the both of them definitely enjoyed according to what I just heard. So, I mean, there's also that after all, you know? So yeah, anyways, may they both have a really good time, and that's all I have to say. And yeah, now on to the next topic. Now let's talk about Travis Kelce. So Taylor Swift's drama with Blake Lively seems to be heating up, and Travis Kelce's riding hard for his girl, hitting unfollow on the actress's hubby Ryan Reynolds' Instagram. So when you search Ryan Reynolds' name in Travis Kelce's following list on Instagram, you will not see Ryan Reynolds' name at all. Now, it is being rumored that this whole entire thing is stemming from a legal battle situation that is going on in between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. And as we all know, Ryan Reynolds is married to Blake Lively, so therefore Travis Kelce basically thinks that Blake Lively also has a lot to do with the situation that is going on in between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, which is a legal battle that has been going on because of the fact that there might be some harassment going on set in between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, if I'm not mistaken. And I do personally believe that Travis Kelce should have not unfollowed Ryan Reynolds at all, because Ryan Reynolds has nothing to do with the situation that is going on in between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. And I also don't believe that I also don't believe that Ryan Reynolds has anything to do with the drama that is going on in between Taylor Swift and Blake Lively because of the fact that apparently Taylor Swift thinks that Blake Lively is trying to use her for her own legal convenience, because of the fact that I believe that Blake Lively wants to have Taylor Swift intervene in the whole entire legal battle and also have her side with Blake Lively in the battle situation, so that way Blake Lively would end up winning the case against Justin Baldoni. So yeah, I don't think at all, in my personal opinion, that Ryan Reynolds has anything to do with it. I mean, just because Ryan Reynolds is married to Blake Lively, that doesn't automatically mean that Ryan Reynolds has anything to do with the situation. Therefore, like I said, I don't think that Travis should have ever unfollowed Ryan Reynolds to begin with. And that's if that's really the case here as to why Travis Kelce ended up unfollowing Ryan Reynolds. Okay? I don't think it's really cool having to see that now there are two men going up against each other all because of some kitty drama that's going on here, okay? And I'm calling it kitty drama because I just think it's just so darn ridiculous that there would even be any drama going on in between Taylor Swift and Blake Lively in the first place, just because Taylor Swift felt used because of the fact that Blake Lively wants to use her for her own personal convenience and legal convenience. You know, like, I just feel like there should have been just, you know, an agreement. There should have been like, okay, well, you know what? If you don't want to be siding with me in this whole entire case, then that's perfectly fine. It's not your obligation, and period, okay? Now, as for Taylor Swift, I believe that she has the whole entire right to feel upset about the fact that she feels being used, because I don't think that it really feels good having to be used by somebody, especially someone that I believe was once your friend, like Blake Lively, for example. So, anyways, I really think and I really hope that this whole entire case gets to end already, ladies and gentlemen, because I am so sick and tired of hearing this whole entire Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni situation going on. Like, come on now. Jesus Christ, peace on earth. All right, now on to the next topic. Now let's talk about Beyonce's first show last night. So Beyonce's first Cowboy Carter concert turned into a WWE event after her performance ended, because a bunch of her fans started brawling in the VIP lounge. So apparently there is a video that shows that Beyonce fans are making their way to the exits at SoFi Stadium. A group of women get into a huge fight and bodies start flying and hitting the deck. So apparently it seems this all started with an argument, and things get really heated when one woman knocks a cowboy hat off another woman's head, leading to a bunch of pushing, shoving, falling, and cowboy boot kicking. Beyonce performed the first of 5 shows at SoFi in Inglewood, California, and her fighting fans were decked out in cowboy attire. So apparently the performance was about 3 hours long, so at least these folks waited until the end to start fighting. Okay, so this is all according to TMZ, by the way. I think this is really insane that there are some crazy Beehive fans out there that decided to fight at the end of the concert, and that decided to fight in general. Because we as people, we need to act like mature adults, and we need to just enjoy and be happy that we were at the show, and that's it. Alright, there is no need to be punching and hitting and all of that other crap. I just think that all of these crazy people out there that were fighting was basically because of the fact that they were maybe drunk, because I'm sure that there was serving alcohol over at the show last night. I'm not sure. And I personally believe that another reason to why this fight happened was because I believe that maybe there was some snatching going on from one person and then another person and then another person, because you know, when it comes to those concerts, there are so many evil, devious people that are just looking for your pockets to see what to steal from you. It's either the cowboy hat from the tour, or it's either, I don't know, a little knick-knack that you got in the store at the SoFi Stadium or whatnot, because they're jealous because they never got it, because they never had the money to get it or whatnot. I mean, I think that's where all of this is stemming from, because jealousy really does bite. And it really bit so hard, I think, to these people that it led to a huge fight. Now, I think, in my opinion, if the fight would have gone on more and more and more, trust me, I'm pretty sure that there would have been blood going all over the floors. There would have been a bunch of paramedics arriving, a bunch of police arriving, I'm sure. I mean, that's what I think. And because, I mean, hey, as far as what I'm hearing here, the fight was not as bad as it could have been, okay? But anyways, what I think though is that these people that attended the concert last night, I think that they're gonna be banned from ever attending any Beyonce concerts ever again, because I don't think that's really nice and that's very convenient having to see all of that go on. Now, I think that it would be kind of a loss for Beyonce though if these people get banned, because as far as what I heard, Beyonce's show last night, and I believe that Beyonce's other shows for this tour are not really selling well. I believe that there are barely any people attending. And that's really sad because it's Beyonce who we're talking about. Now, as to why the show isn't really selling out and as to why the other shows aren't selling out, I don't know, but I believe that it's because of the fact that Beyonce just had her Renaissance tour like 2 years ago, which was too recent, and now people are already getting sick and tired of going to a Beyonce concert that now everybody is like, nah. Or another reason to why the Beyonce concert isn't doing so well along with her other shows is because of the fact that the whole entire P. Diddy controversy got to affect her, because let's remember that Beyonce was really good friends with P. Diddy and she got to attend those freak-off parties with Jay-Z, and nobody liked that, and everyone was trashing and bashing Beyonce and Jay-Z like crazy. I don't know. That's just what I think, man. But it's just so darn insane, though, how this fight happened. And anyways, stay safe, people. And please do not bump into anybody crazy, especially if you're going to be attending a Beyonce concert. Okay, now on to the next topic. So last night were the Canadian elections. Well, apparently the Liberal Ryan Carney won as the next Prime Minister of Canada, which to me is amazing, because this is coming to show that Canada is going forward with their politics and they're going forward with everything that they believe. And by the way, Ryan Carney is a graduate from Oxford University, and I believe that he has a PhD from there. So that's coming to show how much of a good Prime Minister I'm sure he will be, and how intelligent the man I believe is. And he got to win over a landslide against his opponent, which happened to be Paul Elevore or something like that. And I do believe that, you know, Canada is going to be continuing off with maybe some policies that Justin Trudeau got to leave behind. And it's going to be quite a thing for Canada, because I do think that a lot of people got to agree with a lot of the policies that Justin Trudeau got to leave behind over in Canada. Even though, unfortunately, there was some people out there that got to disagree with the policies and some of the things that Justin Trudeau got to do over in Canada. But one thing for sure, though, that Ryan Carney got to do was that he got to say, you know what, we are not going to be the 51st state of the United States. We are going to continue to be a country, an independent country. Donald Trump is not going to be falling into this at all. Oh, heck no. And we are going to continue off with what we believe in Canada, and we're going to continue to protect Canada and value Canada just how it should be in the end. And I'm glad that Ryan Carney got to stand up for all of that like a true prime minister should, and make Canada continue to be a peaceful, safe, and wonderful country that it is. Okay, now congratulations to Ryan Carney on winning last night's elections over in Canada. Now that is it for today's show, ladies and gentlemen. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's lovely episode of The Jose Show. Till next time, and peace.